Camacho with a user-friendly crowd, you might say. But he hopes to be the user and not the usee.
Josue Camacho may seem like the challenger to some tonight, but he is the one that has the WBO light flyweight belt. He won it from Eddie Vallejo back in 1992. He flashed power early, even though his 6 KOs in 17 bouts doesn't really reflect that. He boxed and brawled with Vallejo, and his opponent tonight, Michael Carbajal, is more than happy to do either. As Camacho heads into Carbajal's Lion's Den, he brings with a murderous body attack. If he can put it into effect tonight, he may defend his title.
And amidst the fire and brimstone here at America West Arena, Michael Carbajal makes his way into the ring. Fireworks, smoke, and that gets the crowd jacked.
Kind of looks like a Madonna concert, doesn't it?
Kind of. So Michael Carbajal, because he is the challenger, has had to make the first entrance here, which is significant.
Hasn't done that in a long time in his career, has he?
Meanwhile, Josue Camacho now is in a situation where he can make Carbajal wait, although I wouldn't think that he would want to. That would just get the crowd stirred that much more.
And toward that end, we see him coming in rather quickly.
So here is Camacho. And Camacho not quite as flashy, but he's not a flashy guy. As he comes to the ring now, he is the champion, remember. Michael Carbajal, the challenger. Carbajal with one eye on Chiquita Gonzalez, but best he keep both eyes tonight on this man, who, as we said, is really something of an unknown. There is the belt, and there is the holder of the belt, Josue Camacho. Let's take a look out at the AutoZone keys to victory.
For Carbajal, don't be overconfident, obviously. Get back to boxing. I think he's become too much of a slugger and is taking punches he doesn't need to take. For Camacho, I think he's got to get some early pressure on Carbajal, and also early on in that bout, earn some respect with his punching power. Otherwise, Carbajal will just walk right through him.
And, of course, the rules, because this is a title fight, the WBO rules, Al.
3 knockdown rule will be in effect. There is no standing 8 count, though, and the rest remain essentially the same as the Arizona rules.
Well, what do you say we get on with it for the WBO Junior Flyweight Championship? And here, as we go to the center of the ring, here is Michael Buffer.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, Bob Arum's Top Rank Incorporated, along with your undisputed, undefeated king of beers, Budweiser, proud to be your bud, present the featured bout of the evening. This bout is sanctioned by the Arizona State Boxing Commission, Chairman Maurice Dale, Commissioners Stephen Friedman and Philip Gagel, Executive Director ringside, John Montano. Our 3 physicians in attendance are Dr. Ralph Smith, Dr. Roger Beck, Dr. Charles Howard. The timekeeper is Tim Ackerman. Counting for the knockdown second, Sam Munoz. This bout is also sanctioned by the World Boxing Organization. President in attendance at ringside, former World Light Heavyweight Champion Jose Torres. WBO Supervisor Rudy Paz. The 3 judges scoring this bout on a 10-point must system are Al Tremari, John Rupert, and Roy Francis. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from the America West Arena here in Phoenix, Arizona, let's get ready to rumble! 12 rounds of boxing for the WBO Junior Flyweight Championship of the World. When the bell rings, the man in charge of the action, referee Toby Gibson. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the white trunks with red letters, weighing in at 108 pounds. He comes to us from Phoenix, Arizona with a professional record of 31-1, 19 KOs. He's a former silver medalist in the Olympics. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the former light flyweight champion of the world, Las Manitas de Piedra, Michael Carbajal. his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, weighing in at 106½ pounds. From Guaynabo, Puerto Rico, he brings a professional record of 15-2, 6 by KO. And tonight, he makes the second defense of his world championship. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the WBO Junior Flyweight Champion of the World, Josue Camacho.
Okay, gentlemen, I've given your instructions prior to this fight in your respective dressing rooms. I want you to obey my commands at all times. Give me a clean bout. Good luck to both of you.
So a look at Michael Carbajal, who does look all business. And meanwhile, the champion, Josue Camacho. And here we go.
And I think this, Michael Carbajal is not the fastest starter on earth normally. And these are rounds, I think, in which Camacho needs very badly to get a little confidence. Let's be honest. Michael Carbajal has long been considered the best light flyweight in the world. This side of Chiquita Gonzalez, and for a while, the other side of Chiquita Gonzalez. So for Camacho to be in with him, it's got to still feel like a, something special to him.
Somebody was making a point today, and it's a well-taken point, that Michael Carbajal has always looked like the smallest fighter you've ever seen until tonight. Camacho looks smaller.
It's true. Very slight man. Wiry.
Overhand right by Carbajal. Be a good idea for Camacho to try to take this crowd out of the fight.
Good movement by Camacho. This is not a huge ring. I'm sure that's by design.
Another thing that has befallen Carbajal of late is he has shown a propensity to cut on occasion. Got a right hand from Camacho.
Well, the other thing Camacho has, or Carbajal hasn't seen, is a guy boxing like this against him. Last time he saw it was Robinson Cuesta in this arena, and for a while Cuesta was effective, very short period. Then Carbajal got to him. But Gonzalez, when he boxed from the outside and moved left and right, gave Carbajal some trouble. So
you would have to think Camacho looked at those tapes and went to school on them.
Gonzalez really almost changed his strategy in the second fight.
Mind you, I'm not trying to make a comparison between Camacho and Chiquita Gonzalez.
But still, as you point out, I mean, I'm sure he's looking at those tapes thinking. Carbajal's not cutting the ring off very well. But again, I would point out, and it is true, first 2 or 3 rounds are not always his rounds.
There have been times in Michael Carbajal's career that he's fought in kind of a malaise. He's won the fights. But I can remember a fight that you and I did. I want to say it was either Tahoe or Reno. I can't remember which. He won the fight, but it was less than an impressive victory. And then from there he went on, of course, and scored some very impressive victories.
Well, there have been so many times when people have talked about Carbajal in terms of victories that were hard fought, hard won. And for a while there, before the first Gonzalez fight, people were actually questioning whether he was slipping badly.
That fight I was talking about, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, was the fight with Raul Acosta at Lake Tahoe. He won a 10-round decision. But on that night, if he were fighting a guy of Camacho's ability, it might not have been so. We'll be back. Carbajal comes out to face Josue Camacho.
And in that first round, one thing Camacho demonstrated, and he's doing it right now, is that he could give lateral movement to Carbajal. Whether he is landing enough or will be able to land enough in that posture to get the job done remains to be seen.
Got a box. You got a box.
Let's take a look at the numbers in round one. Very close round, as you can see.
I ended up giving it to Carbajal because he was a little busier, and I thought some of those power shots maybe made the difference. But very close round.
And it is interesting. Normally they say you got to knock the champion out to win the title. I think in this particular fight, it's the opposite.
That's true. Very good point.
Box it out. Box it out. That's it.
Carbajal really wants to be on the inside with Camacho.
And obviously Camacho wants no part of that. There's a clash of heads.
Gibson getting in there pretty quick, and one thing I don't think Carbajal wants is he doesn't want the referee to be in there too fast. Camacho wouldn't mind it. Camacho will be doing a lot of holding here.
Yeah, I don't believe Carbajal hit him. He started to drop down, but I don't think it was from a punch.
I think it was just from them banging together. You know, I talked about Camacho gaining respect early of Carbajal. I think he did that to an extent with some of those right hands in the first round, because you see Carbajal is showing some respect in coming in. Now, there's an uncharacteristic move by Carbajal. When's the last time you saw him do that with a wild left hook from way outside?
There you go. That's it.
Stop.
This is not the way Toby Gibson is refereeing this fight. From Carbajal's standpoint, he can't like too much.
Carbajal hit him with a good right hand there, right on the temple.
I think his power is starting to be felt by Camacho a little bit.
Yeah, he's clearly the stronger of the two.
He's cutting off the ring better. Look how he's cutting it off now.
Good job by Carbajal. Camacho holds on.
Now I'm going to tell you something. I think that he needs to be allowed to throw those body punches. A warning for holding to Camacho.
Carbajal starting to take control a little bit in this second round. And we'll be back right after this.
That man, Michael Carbajal, has outlanded Camacho 19-8 in power shots through round 2. Most of what Camacho has landed are jabs. And he is back on his bicycle.
But your point is well taken. Carbajal really started to cut the ring off much better, as you see. And there he walked right into a right hand, and he's in trouble. Carbajal had him hurt. I'm not sure he's all there yet.
Good power in the right hand. Carbajal has great power in that right. Of course, in the left hook as well.
Carbajal did a great job, though. He was cutting the ring off, and Camacho tried to go right anyway, and he walked right into that right hand.
You know, the tape I saw of Camacho, he was not moving as much as this when he beat Eddie Vallejo for the title. But I think he realized that the way to beat Carbajal, if he was going to at all, would be to give him a lot of movement. Carbajal, frustrated by the holding, whacked away. And that's good strategy. If the guy's holding you and you can throw, you should throw.
A little loose in there.
Well, it is. And, you know, Toby Gibson's a fine referee, but I believe some of this could work itself out if he would let it just play a little longer. And I think if Carbajal would take care of some of it himself with his strength, he would push Camacho off. Camacho, for his part, is trying to do what he needs to do, which is throw, hit some punches, hold on, get out, play games of cat and mouse with Carbajal. Carbajal's doing a better job of cutting the ring off now, though.
Right hand just missed.
Now that's what is needed more, to allow them to work their way through, and they'll do it.
If he pushes you down, don't pick him up. Don't pick him up. Just land. Just throw.
Carbajal's not using his jab much. We're going to work to the body on the inside. That is what is necessary from Carbajal's standpoint. And for Camacho, he does not want to linger while he does that.
And when he did come up to the head, he knocked Camacho sideways.
Oh.
So
See, the difference is Toby Gibson's refereeing now. He is now knocking the gloves away, letting them fight a little more on the inside, and that is making a difference in terms of what Carbajal can do here.
Another warning from Toby Gibson. Good left hand by Carbajal. Coming to the end of round number 3 now, and Carbajal starting to take control of this fight. Round number 4 now. Carbajal starting to dictate this fight a little bit.
And part of the reason is what you're seeing. He's cutting the ring off much better on Camacho, not following him around so much.
Punch it out, punch it out, punch it out.
See, and Gibson letting them punch out, and because of that, they do.
Through the first 3 rounds, Carbajal with a rather decided edge right now. Good uppercut from Carbajal. Every time he connects, he knocks Camacho backwards. Camacho holding on.
As he has been really through much of the first 3 rounds.
He's also drawn a couple of warnings for doing just that from Toby Gibson.
That's the last time.
Your card a shutout so far.
I think Carbajal's won all 3 of these rounds. A couple of them are close. In jabs, Carbajal has landed only 6 jabs, only 12 by Camacho, though. And there's number 13 right there.
And Toby called him safe, didn't he?
This division, we've said it many times, replete with good fighters. And almost everybody you see has certain kinds of skills and ability, and we're seeing that in Camacho to some degree.
Oh, Toby Gibson almost down. Bounce back up nicely, though.
He can take a shot.
Yeah, excellent shot. Seen that in a while.
No, he got tangled up in the fighter's feet and went backwards. Went right into where the photographers were.
Made a great recovery, though.
Yes.
Excellent recovery.
Think anybody got a good shot of that? On the inside, Carbajal working very well to the body. This is starting to wear Camacho down a little bit.
Fight is starting to look like a question of time.
Superb body work by Carbajal. He's always been a good body puncher, and he shows us again tonight that that is the case.
I think he also realizes that Camacho can't hurt him. He's getting a little bit braver.
And there are very few finishers in boxing any better than Carbajal, especially in the last couple of years. For a while there, he had a lot of bouts that we saw where he'd be excellent but wouldn't finish and would win by decision and take some punishment, but that hasn't been the case in recent times.
Good right hand again by Carbajal. We're going to walk into Carbajal's corner. Danny Carbajal will be the voice you hear.
Yeah, see? When you don't pull him up, he can't do anything, all right? That's all right, you do it. I want you to stay on that body. Keep staying on that body. Feint the right hand. Keep the hands up. Feint the right hand. Feint the right hand, slip in with the feint. Right? Feint, slip in, boom, boom. Just like he did right here in this corner when he threw a left hook and the right hook to the body. Okay? Feint, come in, boom, boom, connect to the body.
Michael Carbajal works the body as well as anybody around. The good left hook, and then right away he'll go with a double right hook to the midsection of Camacho. Body punching may be a lost art among some, but certainly not for this one.
If he tries to lace you again, I want you to do the same shit to him, okay?
Obviously some concern in the corner about Camacho lacing Carbajal, and Danny Carbajal gives him the advice most trainers give to their fighters when they're told if he does that to you, you do it back to him. Right by Carbajal. That may have really stunned Camacho.
I believe Camacho is still hurt. He's going to get out of dodge, too. deducting a point.
That, of course, was deducted for holding. Camacho's been doing a lot of that.
Still a long way to go in his 5th round.
There you go.
Camacho seems okay now.
You know, these fighters are not throwing that many punches. 42 per round for Carbajal, 31 for Camacho. For light flyweight, that is not a lot of punches being thrown.
Well, you made a good point earlier about Michael Carbajal. He's become a slugger.
He really has. And in this fight, though, his defense has been good enough so he hasn't taken too much. But, well, I'll tell you what, now he is committing himself to body. Oh, cut.
Big cut over the left eye of Michael Carbajal.
And I wonder what it came from, a clash of heads or a punch. That would be a key decision. Well, he is ripping the body of Camacho. Now Michael Carbajal, and it usually takes him 3 or 4 rounds. This is around the time in the fight where he always starts to really loosen up, and he is doing it.
And again, you have to think that Carbajal has no respect for Camacho's punching power. In fact, Camacho hit him with a very clean right hand a moment ago. Carbajal didn't take a backward step.
The body punches Carbajal is throwing in another 2 or 3 rounds have got to have a big effect on Camacho, because Camacho's only giving him that. He's giving him the body and not the head.
That cut, incidentally, does not appear to be quite as bad as it did when it first happened.
Well, whatever happens with Josue Camacho, he is going to have sore ribs tomorrow, isn't he?
Yeah, Carbajal doing a great job inside now. Camacho not able to get on his bike as easily in this fight, being dictated.
Lead right hand, feinted, and then threw the right, and boy, it worked.
And Camacho back on his bike to start the 6th round.
But your point, Barry, was well taken. He has spent a lot more time against the ropes than in the last round or 2 than he did in the first few rounds, and a lot less movement overall.
Carbajal does a great job when he does get Camacho on the ropes. It keeps him there.
And picks his shots very well.
Take a look at the numbers in the 5th round. Carbajal decided edge.
And I want to say a good half of those punches were body shots, but they were big body shots.
Should point out, too, that Toby Gibson took a point away in that last round from Camacho. So Camacho's getting into that territory where he would have to knock out Carbajal, and I don't believe he's capable of it.
Arriba, arriba, arriba.
As a matter of fact, on his record, Camacho has only 1 clean knockout. He's had several technical knockouts, just 1 knockout.
Well, if he stays like this, he will go down, because those body shots will ultimately take him down.
Arriba.
This is not a good strategy for Josue Camacho.
Bad idea.
See, even when he misses, as Carbajal did there, he comes right back with another good shot that lands to the body.
And even if he starts throwing punches with his back to the ropes, unlike a lot of fighters, I don't believe he can back Michael Carbajal up.
And your point from earlier was Carbajal's not that concerned about him even countering off the ropes because he's not going to get hit or not going to get hurt. This is as good a sustained body attack as you're going to see.
Pick your corner. Michael, your glove.
A glove this time, tape on Michael Carbajal's glove, coming loose. See that a lot in warm weather. We saw it, what was it, about 6 months ago? I forget where we were. And it was
Humidity.
hot. Yeah. I don't guess it was 6 months ago if it was hot, was it? Unless we were in Australia.
maybe a month or so ago. It just seemed like 6 months ago.
Yeah, it does, I know.
Time flies when you're having fun, huh? Like we have every week here at Top Rank Boxing.
Got him in the middle now. You got him in the
Carbajal just rolled with.
Yeah.
He just turned his head.
There are not too many moves in this boxing business Michael Carbajal doesn't have and doesn't know. And you know, you look at him, and I think probably the thing that disappointed the most about losing to Chiquita Gonzalez is he wants very badly to go down in history as one of the great flyweights or light flyweights or fighters in the light division. And I think that's why he's desperate to get another chance against Gonzalez.
I think Camacho just hit Carbajal with clearly his best punch. Carbajal didn't go anywhere, and he's right back on top of him, finishing the round with body shots. We'll be back. Dream matchup for the World Cup. I was absolutely captivated by the World Cup.
Very intriguing. Is Baggio going to play?
Well, 50-50, they say. You're a big Stoichkov fan, aren't you?
Oh, are you kidding? Risto, correct?
I believe that's right.
Didn't I get his first name right? Risto Stoichkov. Oh, don't toy with me on these telecasts.
What? Since you've been doing radio, you know a lot of
I
stuff.
know these things. Only 14 of Michael Carbajal's punches that he connected on have been jabs. And that's because he's been able to walk right in and work those body shots and the uppercuts, etc.
Through 6 rounds, a decided edge, lopsided for Michael Carbajal.
The left side, rather, of Camacho is going to be aching tomorrow. He has taken so many right hands to the body from Carbajal.
My Giants won another game tonight. You see that?
6 in a row.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Montreal 7-3.
They are not dead yet in the West.
No, Dodgers lost tonight. Giants 6 games up. That and more on Baseball Tonight. How do you like that? I'm promos in here.
Promoing shows left and right. Here's my scoring. I had a 2-point round in there for Carbajal, which explains that scoring.
Camacho trying to fight off the rope, so when you can't back the man up, you got a problem.
Watch your head, watch your head, watch your head.
Good right hand from Camacho, came right over the top. But again, Carbajal didn't go anywhere. There was a straight right hand, that hurt Camacho. Camacho holding on.
Holding and hitting, of course, which draws the warning from Toby Gibson, but it may all be academic shortly.
And again, Carbajal just not letting Camacho get more than a foot off the ropes.
And because the power of Camacho is there, oh, beautiful combination.
Right to the head, left to the body.
Barry, isn't it amazing how it takes about 3 rounds for Michael Carbajal to get into a fight, and once he is totally into it, man, he is into it.
And we've said this on numerous occasions too, but you got to give some credit to Danny in his corner. Most fighters say they don't like to look at tapes, they don't want to know about the man because they may see a different fighter come into the ring, so they make adjustments on the fly, and you have to think that's been the case here again tonight.
And Danny, who does look at the tapes, helps him make those adjustments. These are beautiful combinations to the body, showing you angles so he can land to the body.
Fights off the ropes, finally does get Carbajal to step back. End of round 7, but more of the same.
Carbajal with Camacho on the ropes lands the right hand off the jab. He hasn't been able to do that as much as he would want. He's done everything else, though.
Camacho landed a couple of good shots in that round, but, you know, once again, it's just a pebble in the river.
I have never seen anybody, well, I don't want to say never, I haven't seen anybody in a long time absorb this much body punching as Camacho has.
And it's not like Camacho's not fighting him. Camacho's trying to do a job. There's a clash of heads again. Here are the numbers in the 7th round. They look pretty much like the numbers in every other round.
With your head, with your head, with your head.
This is the 8th round of the fight. I've had Camacho winning, or rather Carbajal winning every round. I think you have too.
Yeah, and one of them was a 2-point round.
70-62. And 62 is because there was the 1 point deducted from Camacho. That was in the 5th round.
The percentage of punches Carbajal has landed to the body is huge. I mean, way over 50%, I believe. It's not that Camacho isn't getting there with something once in a while. He is, but the power is not there, and so he can't hurt Carbajal, and he's now reduced to fighting against the ropes.
Rib. Just great shots to the body again.
The only man that I've seen fight effectively off the ropes against Carbajal was Gonzalez in their first fight for several rounds.
Well, Gonzalez strong enough to push Carbajal back,
yes,
which Camacho is not.
And Carbajal punched in combinations that were very powerful.
See, there's a good right hand for Camacho, but Carbajal didn't go anywhere.
Camacho's not giving Carbajal anything to the head. That couldn't have been Camacho waving him to come on forward.
I believe that's what I saw.
Tell me that wasn't what I think it was. An interesting fight in that it's not the kind of fight that's going to bring this crowd to its feet, even though they're rooting for Michael Carbajal, because so much of it is this sustained body attack. But from the standpoint of the right kind of effort, Michael Carbajal has had it all there tonight.
Yeah, I just think he's fighting exactly the fight that he needs to fight against the fighter that he's fighting. Coming to the end of the eighth round, and it's just more of same. Michael Carbajal comes out to face Josue Camacho. Camacho starts out on his bike, and if things go the way they have been, he will get his back pinned to the ropes in scant moments.
If history tells us anything in this fight, it tells us that, and you are correct, sir. The leverage on those body shots by Carbajal is extraordinary.
And to Camacho's credit, he's obviously coming here in absolutely top shape. Clash of heads there.
He really has, because you take that kind of punishment to the body.
Come out low. Come out low. Come out.
As you look at this bout, of course, your mind can't help but wander ahead to the idea of Carbajal taking on Gonzalez. It has not been an easy negotiation for the promoters or anyone, and we hope that fight will take place, because I think boxing fans would like to see both of these men in there.
Well, you know, they always say great fights make great fighters. Toby Gibson taking another point away.
No, this is from Carbajal. For low blow. Well, that's interesting. I didn't know that there was any warning prior to that.
I think there was. Yeah, I think I heard him tell him to keep him up.
Toby's a brave man. Takes a point away from Michael here in Phoenix. I like that.
Won't matter.
No. Now Camacho moving more as he was earlier, but he's not been able to sustain that over a complete round.
Keep working it. Keep working it. Keep working it.
Well, Carbajal's going to keep punching if they don't get in there. And Carbajal points out to Toby Gibson, hey, he turned his back on me. I'm going to keep throwing until you break us up.
Exactly. Good right hand from Carbajal. That backs up Camacho.
These are murderous body shots. I mean, when you're ringside, believe me, folks, I know you can feel it and hear it through the television, but when you're sitting here, I have not seen body shots like this in a long time.
They make you wince. Camacho, as we said, though, obviously absolutely in tip-top shape. Drives Camacho into the ropes again. Going to take you into Camacho's corner. I'm sorry, into Carbajal's corner.
Give me the right. it's a scrape. It's not a cut. That's good.
Danny Carbajal keeping his fighter calm, not telling him not to worry about the cut. It is not a cut. He said it's a scrape. Just a reminder, we're running over a little bit. Baseball tonight will be coming up as soon as we get out of here, and we'll be quick, I promise.
I got it.
I know you will be.
Yes.
It don't matter if he calls you back. He ain't doing shit. It's all right. It's okay. We got 10 seconds. Come on, Danny.
Well, this is what we've seen throughout most of this fight. And it has gotten a little repetitive because Camacho has backed himself in the ropes, and he's not given Carbajal much of a target to the body, to the head, and so he's thrown to the body.
Carbajal that time had to go to a counter right hand as he took a shot from Camacho.
Look how much better off Camacho is in the center of the ring, but he can't keep the fight there, or doesn't choose to.
And your card, because the last round was a 9-9 round. That's the reason it's 89-90, because the point Toby Gibson deducted.
See, there was an example. The only thing Carbajal could do at that point was throw a body shot, which he did, because Camacho covered up so well to the head.
Came up the middle that time again, trying to give him an angle. Comes to the right hand of the head and another right hand of the head.
Beautiful punch. And let me tell you, if you don't allow Michael Carbajal to hit you in the head, you're doing a good job, because he'll keep looking for the angle until he can get a good head shot while he's working the body. And very few fighters are as adept at Carbajal as working the body with the idea in mind that it's going to open up a head shot.
To Camacho's credit, it has not very much.
No.
With a combination. And now Carbajal walks him right back into the corner.
It's actually amazing that Camacho has been able to withstand this punishment over almost 10 rounds and still fire back. I've never seen anyone take quite so many body shots.
And his hands haven't dropped very much.
No, that's astonishing.
Coming to the end of round number 10, we're going 12. It's been all Michael Carbajal. America West Arena, Barry Tompkins, Al Bernstein. This man has owned this one. Michael Carbajal has won every round. The one exception was a 9-9 round. That was in the 9th round, and that was because referee Toby Gibson deducted a point for low blows.
You know, you can go back in history and think of some fights where a guy was forced to concentrate on the body. One of the most interesting was the heavyweight championship match between Ken Norton and Jimmy Young. It was Jimmy Young so totally took away any shots to the head that Ken Norton had to throw almost everything to the body and ended up winning a decision. And many people were angry about the decision that went to him, but he landed a lot of clean body shots in that fight.
We always talk about the fact that oftentimes judges don't see body shots. I don't think you can help but see them in this fight. Carbajals are loud.
You can hear them.
Through the first 10 rounds, you can see the edge that Michael Carbajal has. 90 punches landed more than Camacho.
Probably if Carbajal were to take a step back and look at this fight, he'd say, maybe I should have used my jab a little more, and that might have set up the right hand to the head more.
Well, just a reminder, as we mentioned before, baseball tonight, coming up right after Top Rank Boxing here.
Michael Carbajal's only landed 27 jabs in this fight, which is really astonishing for him.
He goes to the head.
See, right there, if he might be able to get in with a jab and a straight right hand.
Camacho got there with a combination of his own. Camacho has given himself the best chance to win the fight.
Yeah.
But it's just not enough. He just simply is not strong enough.
And he has allowed himself to languish on those ropes way too much in this bout.
Mouthpiece. Oh, just great work.
You're sitting here, and I'll tell you, I'm watching these body shots just rip against Camacho. And look at Camacho come back, though. You got to give him all the credit in the world for punching back.
Trying to fight Carbajal, but in so doing, he's taking even more of a beating.
What a fine effort by Michael Carbajal.
Mouthpiece of Camacho.
Got hit with a pretty good right hand by his corner man there.
Yes.
At least he didn't hit him to the body, though.
Didn't step back from that either.
Carbajal just about spun himself around throwing that body shot.
Now Camacho with Carbajal on ropes. Now Carbajal turns him around. Carbajal's just stronger than Camacho. That's the difference.
In every way. I'll bet you that Carbajal has landed over 130 body shots with the right hand. I bet you at least that many. He's landed way over 200 punches to the same spot.
So one more round left for Camacho, and one more round left, I think, for Camacho to be the holder of the title.
Okay, take that tape off.
Back in the corner with Danny Carbajal.
Got something in your mouth? Good night. Okay. You got this bout, okay?
Here is the body work by Carbajal being graphically demonstrated. So that right hand to the body, just, oh. I mean, these punches are ones in which he's getting huge leverage on. Working both the right and the left downstairs.
Remember, he tried to come out with a right hook and then a straight left. He's not throwing a hook, okay? He's not doing anything, all right? I want you to keep working.
So we come to the 12th and final round.
Well, Michael Carbajal had 9 title defenses with his IBF and WBC titles. And after tonight, he may have a chance to defend a different title.
You can see the edge, which just grows with every round for Michael Carbajal. It's been a brilliant performance for him. And not a bad performance by Camacho. He's just completely outclassed in every facet of the sport.
He has landed punches to the head of Carbajal mostly, not very few to the body, but nothing that has done any serious damage. And for Camacho, there's a good right by Camacho. For Camacho to take the kind of punishment he has taken to the body and some to the head is extraordinary.
Score is almost moot at this point because Carbajal has won every round, and the only reason that it is not as big as it could be is that there was a point deducted, as we said earlier.
From Carbajal, and then one deducted earlier, of course, from Camacho. Well, we're watching Michael Carbajal put himself right back in the picture, you would think, for perhaps a rematch with Chiquita Gonzalez. Let's face it, the WBO championship he's winning tonight to him is a bargaining chip.
Well, I think there'll be a hue and cry for that fight. I think both fighters, in their heart of hearts, want that fight.
Yeah. I think it's just a matter of, especially in Gonzalez's case, trying to get the best dollar he can for it. They've created 2 extremely good fights. The first one was a classic.
crowd reacting to their local hero, Michael Carbajal. Workman-like job.
They have to be proud of what he's done tonight, as I suspect he is also.
So with 25 seconds remaining in the final round, Camacho will just try to do what he can, and Carbajal will just try to dance the dance.
Well, that's a familiar posture, and it's appropriate that this is how the fight ends, with Camacho on the ropes and Carbajal banging away to the body.
And it is over. And I don't believe the decision is in any doubt at all. As Michael Carbajal, I believe, has put another notch on his career. Top Rank Boxing is brought to you tonight by Sports Cream. Fast pain relief and no odor. Michael Carbajal already acknowledging the crowd before the decision is even official. I don't believe there's any doubt about this. This is what I feel pretty confident about, Al.
It's one time I think we can go to the bank on the fact that that young man won the fight, and won it very, very convincingly, and has shown us that nothing is wrong with his skills. They have not been eroded. Granted, Camacho was not, let's say, a Chiquita Gonzalez, but he certainly is a fighter that has skills and ability. And this young man, Michael Carbajal, took what was given to him. He was able to land body shots, etc., and that's what he did.
So we just await the official decision from Michael Buffer, who is still accumulating some of the cards ringside. And again, we remind you that SportsCenter is indeed coming up. Baseball tonight, I beg your pardon, is coming up immediately after. And the numbers very lopsided. Is coming up immediately after. And the numbers very lopsided for Michael Carbajal. And right now, Michael Buffer is ready to go. And let's get up to the center of the ring and Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the scorecards. We have 119 to 108, 119 to 110, 118 to 108 for the winner by unanimous decision from Phoenix, Arizona, Flyweight champion of the world, Las Manitas de Piedra, Michael Carbajal.
Well, no surprise there. Michael Carbajal is the champion. Very impressive tonight, Al.
Excellent performance by Carbajal. He sets himself up perhaps for another Gonzalez fight.
Well, that's a wrap for us. For my partner, Al Bernstein, I'm Barry Tompkins. We'll see you one week.